Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for coming today evening. And we are having such a wonderful series. And the heart of Sadhana Bhakti. Today is the last session. And thank you to Prabhu for hosting such a wonderful program. So we'll have more announcement after the program. Let's begin. And this is the crux, the final essence of the series. Prabhu will tell us how to do intense sadhana.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you everyone.
Yeah, so thank you so much. We should give a round of applause for the wonderful Kirtan, dear devotees. Hare Bol. What's your good name? Huh? Hansini. So wonderful Kirtan by Hansini. And thank you Trivikram Prabhu and Leelavati Mataji. Thank you so much for kindly opening the doors of your home. Very grateful that you invited all of us here. And thank you Prem Dhatri Mataji, Radha Madhav Prabhu. Thank you so much for kindly arranging these wonderful events here at the homes of so many wonderful devotees. Thank you all of you dear devotees for kindly being present here today. Thank you Ishwar Gaurang Prabhu, Sriji Priya Mataji for kindly hosting myself. And thank you all of you dear devotees for kindly taking out your time and listening to the talks. And also the devotees who are helping with the recording and mic. What is Prabhuji's name? Mohan Chaitanya Prabhu. Thank you Prabhuji for all the wonderful arrangements.
Thank you very much giving an opportunity to serve you.
No. Thank Hare Krishna.
That is Krishna's great special mercy.
Hare Krishna.
We will advance by serving you people like you.
No. I am doubtful about myself. So
But you came all the way from such hardships you have taken.
Hare Krishna. No.
Yes.
I am very
Right
thankful.
now, yeah.
So, thank you dear devotees. Wonderful. Hare Krishna.
We don't doubt.
Huh?
We don't doubt.
I doubt myself. Wonderful dear devotees. Thank you, welcome. And I'll begin with small kirtan, Jai Radha Madhav, then I'll chant Mangalacharan. Then, thank you. Hare Bol. Do we have Karta? Prabhuji, your name? Nikit Prabhu. Wonderful Mridanga, Nikit Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Bol. Acha, Hamsini and Nikit Prabhu. Wonderful. Very nice. Jai Radha Madhava Kunj Bihare Jai Radha Madhava Kunj Bihare Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhare Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhare Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय गुरुदेव शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. So thank you once again, dear Vaishnavas, for kindly assembling here. We'll begin with Mangalacharan, auspicious invocations. Most of us know these verses. You can kindly sing along with me. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupah Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghuradhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nidhi Namine Namaste निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नमो महावरान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. See, events like these, wonderful events like these, they remind me of a traditional Indian marriage. How many of us have attended traditional Indian marriage in childhood? Please raise your hands. Oh, wonderful. Many. So those who have not attended, no problem, dear devotees. In a traditional Indian marriage, different people come for different motivations. There is a very nice verse in Shastra specifying how different people come for different motivations in an Indian marriage. So here is the Sanskrit verse, dear devotees. Please sing after me. Kanya varayate vittam. What is vittam, dear devotees? Money. What will you do with beauty if you don't have money? Pita shrutam. And the father of the girl, he wants that shrutam, he should be well educated, renowned in the society. Bandhavaha kulam icchanti. The rest of the family members want that our girl should be married in a good family so that we can boast about it later, we are affiliated to this family. And itare, remaining others, mishtannam, they come just for the sweets. This is so these different motivations for attending a traditional Indian wedding. So similar is the case here. Most of you have our highest Krishna Katha, and you may have some of you have come for Kirtan. I came for Mishtan. Alright, this is what I am telling. I came for the Mishtan. So here is the translation. Ishwar Gaurang Prabhu, kindly read what the verse says.
The bride desires a handsome man. Her mother desires a financial stable man. Her father desires a highly educated man. The immediate relatives desire a man belonging to a good family, whereas all others, they simply desire to have a good sweets in the wedding feast.
Wow. So I am in the last category. All right. So I am here. I was told there was nice prasadam being prepared, and I have to give a lecture. I said, okay, I'll give a lecture. But main motivation is Mishtan. I will at the end of the talk is what I want here. So dear devotees, all of you are. Don't worry if you are also like me. If you have come for the prashad, all right? But just sit here and listen to the talk, and maybe we will be also able to learn something about the process of Smaran. We will begin with a quote by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada in Teachings of Queen Kunti, chapter 19, he says something. Please read what Srila Prabhupada says.
When there is hearing, there must also be speaking or chanting. So we speak and chant about Krishna. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. And as soon as one becomes expert in hearing and chanting, the next stage is Smaranam, thinking or meditation.
Wonderful, dear devotees. So we begin with Shravan and Kirtan, because most individuals, they need to first hear Bhagavan's name, form, qualities, pastimes. So once they hear the name, form, qualities and pastimes of Bhagavan, and then they can also do Kirtanam, speak about it to others. But after Shravanam and Kirtanam, then what is the next stage, dear devotees? Smaranam. The name of the society has been put after Smaranam. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And what is the function of consciousness? Smaranam. You remember Shri Krishna. So that is it is right there in the name of the society. Smaranam is there in the name of the society. And as we saw in the talk in the morning, Smaranam is something which even a new person can perform at least once every day. Srila Rupa Goswami said, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. But what is the meaning of always? Does anybody know what is the meaning of always?
Minimum once.
At least once a day. That is the meaning of always. So at least once a day you can do in the morning, like Srila Prabhupada said, as soon as we wake up, the first thing we have to do is and there are unlimited verses, you don't have to restrict yourself to selected verses. Swapriya. Swapriya means according to your taste, you select from the writings of the Srimad Bhagavatam or the previous acharyas. So that's all that is needed. Once again, dear devotees, the name, form, etc. cannot be grasped by the material senses. And let's sing this again. Hatta Shri Krishna Namadi न भवेद् ग्राह्यमिन्द्रियैः सेवोन्मुखे हि जिह्वादौ स्वयमेव स्फुरत्यदः. So I want to once again make the point that the name, form, etc. of Krishna is not material, and therefore it cannot be grasped by the material senses. But there is one main factor in the verse which I pointed out this morning, and which is the main key word in the verse. Dear devotees, can anybody point out? Seva unmukhe. If somebody is inclined to seva, then the name, form, qualities descend upon the material senses of the practitioner. Here is the translation again. Kindly read what Srila Rupa Goswami has written.
The names, forms, etc. of Sri Krishna cannot be grasped by the ordinary senses. It is only when these senses, like tongue, become inclined to genuine service that these names, forms, etc. of Sri Krishna manifest spontaneously on the ordinary senses.
So, when we are performing Smaran, the reason why I am quoting this again is when we are performing Smaran, the aim is not to have enjoyment. I hope you are able to understand. The aim is not personal enjoyment. Personal enjoyment may be a side effect of Smaran. We don't deny any happiness that comes from Smaran. The main aim of Smaran is not personal enjoyment. The main aim of Smaran is to render some seva to Bhagavan. Today we will be seeing messages by Sri Rupa Goswami, Gaudiya Vaishnavas use for performing Smaran. But how can we do this Smaran while rendering seva to Sri Krishna? How do we perform seva while remembering these pastimes? So dear devotees, one very simple thing is, all these verses that we are going to see today, they almost most of them were heard by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Rupa Goswami spoke to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So originally, the verses that we are going to discuss today, those verses were originally meant for whose pleasure, devotees? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when we are singing those verses and when I am explaining those verses, in our mind we should always understand that let this be for the pleasure of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let's dedicate it for the pleasure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Any happiness that we get as a side effect, we welcome it, because happiness should be a natural side effect of Smaran. We don't want to keep ourselves unhappy. But the primary goal was to make Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu happy. That is the primary goal of Sri Rupa Goswami. That's the reason why he compiled literature. Once we have that mindset that Sri Rupa Goswami did not, as ordinary people, ordinary poets write for the pleasure of the audience. That's what ordinary poets do. Sri Rupa Goswami is not that ordinary poet. Sri Rupa Goswami's writing is mainly for the pleasure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Once that mindset is there, so we know that Sri Rupa Goswami is not catering entertainment to the audience. So Sri Rupa Goswami is rendering seva to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and happiness may come as a side effect for those who are relishing the verses. You need to be a little bit of a rasik. You know what is a rasik? One who has some taste for rasa. In English there is the term connoisseur. Anybody knows what is the meaning of the term connoisseur? Yes, Prabhu, can you tell me what is connoisseur?
Someone who is expert in that particular field. Taste or smell.
See, yeah, it's a complex term. So a connoisseur is somebody who has refined taste in a particular art. That person is known as a connoisseur. For example, Bhartrihari, one of the popular poets in ancient India, he says, Sahitya Sangita Kala Vihina. At least one of the three things every human being should know. First is Sahitya. What is the meaning of Sahitya, dear devotees? Literature. Sangeet. What is Sangeet, dear devotees? Music. And Kala. What is Kala? Art. 64 arts are there. At least one of these we should know. But Vihina, a person who doesn't know these three, Sakshat Pashu, he says, directly, is equal to animal. In traditional India, if a person doesn't have refined taste, you are a human being, and if you don't have refined taste for either Sahitya or Sangeet or Kala, then what is the purpose of taking human birth? Just for eating? The animals are all eating. So Bhartrihari says that birth as a human being is successful when we have a slight taste or slight inclination for these arts, this music. It's our entire culture, dear devotees. Our culture is a culture of arts, music and literature. Sri Rupa Goswami himself has composed 2 dramas, Lalit Madhav Natakam, Vidagdha Madhav Natakam. So he is very expert connoisseur of Sahitya, Sangeet, Kala. And he is also expecting from us that we will be like this. Now, the Sri Rupa Goswami always prayed that in my assembly let there not be a single Arasik. You know what is Arasik? Somebody who is very dry-hearted, doesn't have a heart for relishing. Why? Because Sri Rupa Goswami also knows one Arasik can spoil the mood of the entire assembly. In my channel, did Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come? So suddenly Parampara stopped somewhere because we did not have a heart for poetry. So I am giving this big preface, this introduction, because before we enter into Smaranam, a little quality Smaranam, we should understand that there is a certain type of an individual who is needed for this. And I am assuming that all of you are such an individual because you are Vaishnavas. One of the 26 qualities of a Vaishnava is Kavi. And what is the meaning of Kavi? Poet. A Vaishnava is supposed to be Kavi. A Vaishnava is supposed to be a poet. And if not composing poetry, at least we should have a heart for relishing existing poetry by other Vaishnavas, previous acharyas. So this is the life of a Vaishnava. It is not a dry life. So dear devotees, Srila Jiva Goswami says, Smaran is such an important thing. You can perform Smaran in all stages of life. In all stages of life, there is Shri Krishna Smaran. There are places where you cannot perform Shravan and Kirtan, but in those places you can perform Smaran. So, first and foremost, Sri Jiva Goswami says, please repeat after me, Garbhe. Garbhe is in the womb. Dear devotees, in the womb, he says there are many devotees who perform Smaran. Prahlad is the example of a devotee who performed Smaran in the womb. In the 3rd canto of the Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that the living entity is within the womb. And in that position, the living entity is not able to perform Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga. They are able to perform Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga, which limb of Bhakti Yoga can they perform, dear devotees? Smaran. They remember Bhagwan. That in previous lives I could not remember you. So, even in the womb, Smaran is possible. Dear devotees, next. Balye. In childhood, dear devotees, Smaran happens. The best example of this is Dhruv Maharaj. In childhood, he performed Smaran. Next, dear devotees, Yauvane. Yauvane in youth. Smaran is easily possible. Example is Harish Maharaj, who in his youth performed Smaran. Next, dear devotees, Vardhakya. In old age, it is possible to perform Smaran. Dhritarashtra, after losing 100 sons, and then after being severely chastised by Vidur, he finally left the kingdom and went to the forest and meditated on Bhagwan. In old age, Dhritarashtra performed Smaran. Dear devotees, not only in old age, Marane, at the moment of death, Shri Krishna is expecting something. Anta kale cha mam eva japan shrinvan pashyan khadan. No. Anta kale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram. At the final moment of life, one particular limb of bhakti is expected. Which limb is expected, dear devotees? Smaran. So, classic example is Ajamil, who perfected his life simply by remembering his son, what it is. I remember one time, there was one, when I was teaching in college, there was one particular individual who came to me and he was from the Muslim faith. And he said, I invite you. I said, where are you inviting me? So they called it Dawat. You know what is Dawat? So Dawat means I invite you to accept Islam. So I said, Achha, I also invite you to accept Sanatan Dharma. Dadati pratigrinati. So I invite you to accept Sanatan Dharma. So he said, no, you should follow my particular religion. So I asked, what if I don't follow? You will end up in Dozak. Dozak is hell. I said, all right, here, Narakitayam api, even in the hellish planetary system, we can perform Shri Krishna Smaran. Dear devotees, so there is absolutely no harm, even if according to all other religions you are going to go to hell. Still there is something possible even in hell. What is possible in hell, dear devotees? Shri Krishna Smaranam is possible even in the hellish planetary system. So absolutely no problem, dear devotees. Anyways, so now this Smaran gradually goes on increasing. Today we saw level 1 of Smaran, casual remembrance of Bhagavan is called as what? Smaran. And Sri Rupa Goswami also gave a more detailed limb of Smaran. What is that, dear devotees? Does anybody know what is that called as? Dhyan. Dhyan is concentrated meditation upon Sri Bhagavan. So Sri Jiva Goswami says actually Smaran progresses in 5 stages, and I am giving the 5 stages of progression of Smaran. These are the exact words of Srila Jiva Goswami in the Bhakti Sandarbha. Please repeat after me, and the name of every stage is highlighted in red color. Alright, so please repeat after me. Yat kinchid Anusandhanam Smaranam. So dear devotees, what is the name of level 1? Smaranam. Yat kinchid anusandhanam. Sri Jiva Goswami says level 1 is you are sitting somewhere, yat kinchid, whatever you can easily remember about Krishna. Try to remember even if the meditation breaks. No problem. But yat kinchid, begin with this level. And this is level 1. What is the name of level 1, dear devotees? Smaranam. Wonderful. Yat kinchit, whatever you can easily remember. Now, in the childhood pastimes of Sri Krishna, or in the pastimes of Dwarka, or in the pastimes of Mathura, there may be many incidents which you can casually sit and remember. Many times I ask devotees which is the easiest to remember Leela for you. They say Damodar Leela is easiest. Why? Because every year they have practiced it. So practice makes perfect, isn't it? Yat kinchid anusandhanam smaranam. Whatever you can easily remember is level 1. Congratulations, you are on level 1. What is the name of level 1, dear devotees? Smaranam. Wonderful. Now we will not be satisfied simply with this level. We will have to go beyond this. So Sri Jiva Goswami says, please repeat, Sarvatas Chittamakrishya Samanyakarena Manodharanam Dharana. So dear devotees, what is the name of the second level? Dharana. So what is dharana? He says Sarvatas Chittamakrishya. Now take out some few minutes in the day and Sarvatas Chittamakrishya. Pull your consciousness away from all distractions. Okay, so there are no other distractions. Chittamakrish, chitta ko akrisht kaise. Pull your consciousness from all distractions. Samanyakarena. And in a general way, remember some particular form or pastime of Bhagavan for some time. If you are able to do that, you have progressed to the next level. What is the name of this level, dear devotees? Dharana. So congratulations, you are on level 2. Now you are beginning here. See, it is a sadhana. I hope you are able to understand. Smaran is a sadhana. You have to cultivate it. If you don't cultivate it, then you will never be able to achieve the higher levels. In the second level, the effort has to be put by us. He says, Sarvatas Chittam Akrishya. Pull your consciousness from all other distractions. So who is going to put the effort, dear devotees? We are to put the effort. He is very clear about it. So gradually when you become practiced in this, then comes the next level, dear devotees.
Take dedicated time also.
Take dedicated time and put effort to pull your consciousness away from all distractions. So this is dharana. But none of this should be done by force. It is all done by swavasana. I hope you are able to understand. It is all done by swavasana. You have to feel naturally the inclination that I want to do more. And therefore, like dear devotees, in childhood, a child is very attached to mother's milk. But when you switch over from mother's milk to cow milk, at that time the child is resistant to it. So the technique to introduce cow milk to a child is, don't give 1.5 liter of cow milk directly. You give a few drops initially. When you give few drops initially, the child becomes he becomes used to that milk. And gradually increase, and then one day the child will ask himself, where is the milk? I hope you are able to understand. This is how cow milk is introduced to the child. So, I give another example. When Britishers were in India, they wanted to introduce tea to the Indians. But Indians don't drink tea. So, what to do? So, they gave free samples of tea to the Indians. And so, when they gave free samples of tea, one Indian got a tea packet. Today, India is a tea addict. I hope you are able. So, like this. In this way, This is how gradually you introduce a particular practice. Sri Jiva Goswami is also saying this thing. Alright, next, dear devotees. Visheshato Rupadi Vichintanam Dhyanam. So the name of level 3 is what? Dhyana. Sri Rupa Goswami had given this same name to his second other limb of remembrance. He says Visheshato. Now you will start having preferences. Amongst forms of Krishna, I like to remember this form. Amongst pastimes of Krishna, I like to remember this pastime. Amongst names of Krishna, I like to remember the meaning of this name. So, Vichintanam, Rupadi, especially specific meditation on specific form, pastimes, etc., becomes known as the third stage. What is the name of the third stage? Dhyan. So, congratulations, you have attained stage 3. Now, Swaras, your individual taste is growing. Now that your individual taste is growing, you will go to the fourth level where it becomes effortless for you. Amrita Dharavad Avichinnam Tadhruvanu Smriti. Amrita Dharavat, like a stream of nectar. Now how many of us have seen nectar? Nobody has seen. Only. So I will give Kali Yuga example. Okay? Taila Dharavat, like a stream of thick oil. What is the meaning of stream of thick oil? It is continuous, unbroken. That is the intention here. So unbroken, like a continuous stream of nectar. Avichinnam, unbroken. When that meditation starts happening in your mind, you have attained the fourth stage. And this should happen organically and naturally, not by force. What is the name of this stage, dear devotees? Dhruvanu Smriti. Now when you have attained the fourth stage, now there is no uphill task. Now you will progress and you will naturally attain the fifth and final level. Please repeat. Dhyaya Matra Spuranam Samadhiriti. And what is the name of the final level? Samadhi. Dhyaya Matra Spuranam. When only the object of meditation, Shri Krishna, and his associates remain in the mind, nothing from the material world else remains in the mind. This final stage is called as what? Samadhi. And when we leave our body, dear devotees, on which level should we leave our body? On the level of Smaranam or on the level of Samadhi? Samadhi. What is the proof of this? Because Shri Krishna said, Anta Kalecha Mam Eva. What is the meaning of Eva? Alone, me alone, exclusively me. So, it's not that Antakala, at the moment of death, partially think of me and partially think, oh, my Tesla car will remain behind. What has I? Not that type of smaran, dear devotees. Antakalecha mam eva, remembering exclusively me. Smaran muktva kalevaram, give up your body. But that exclusive remembrance will not happen on stage 1. The exclusive remembrance will happen on which stage, dear devotees? Stage 5. And what is the name of the 5th stage, dear devotees? Samadhi. This is the perfection of smaran. And the condition of perfection at the moment of death has been kept on Smaran by Bhagavan. There are very good reasons why Bhagavan kept the condition of perfection on Smaran. And the reason why Bhagavan has kept this is because some individual may not be having ears. They may not be able to perform Shravan at the moment of death. Some individuals may not be able to speak. They may not be able to perform kirtan at the moment of death. But there is no individual who doesn't have a heart. Every individual is gifted with a heart. Therefore, this is the common thing which Bhagavan, common sense organ which Bhagavan has given everybody. Dear devotees. So therefore, Bhagavan has kept the condition of perfection on which limb of bhakti? Smaranam. This is how we can understand it. And this is the importance of Smaranam. Shravanam and Kirtanam should lead to this. And this should again lead to Shravanam Kirtanam. This is the reciprocal relationship. Anyways, now enough of theory. We should dive into the actual remembrance of Bhagavan's Naam, Roop, Guna and Leela. Name, form, qualities and pastimes. So dear devotees, are you ready to dive into the Smaranam that has been given to us by the previous acharyas? Yes or no?
From those stages, till third stage we can make an effort to reach to.
Yeah.
But after that,
self-driven, self-motivated. After third stage, you are self-driven, self-motivated. Dear devotees, are you ready to relish some verses about Smaran? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I need people who can sing loudly. I hope you are able to. I need people who can sing loudly. One time I was in Mumbai and I was performing kirtan, and I sung that Maha Mantra entirely, and I am expecting somebody will respond. Nobody responded. How many of you have been in that awkward situation where you are singing and nobody responds, and you have to repeat your own self in order to... So at that time after the kirtan I told them, dear devotees, there is a difference between kirtan and mehfil. You know what is mehfil? Ever since the Mughals came to India, they introduced the concept of mehfil. Mehfil is where the audience just sits and the poor singer sings, and the audience, wow, wow, ustad. So audience doesn't repeat anything. I hope you are able to understand. Audience, wow, ustad, wow. And then after some time, the audience, next step of mehfil is farmaish. You know what is farmaish? Can you sing this for me? So dear devotees, there is a difference between kirtan and mehfil. The difference is, in kirtan, the audience should sing as loudly as possible. Don't worry, your voice is not as bad as mine. I croak like a frog, I tell you. Your voice is much better than me. So I am sure all of you can sing loudly. So are you prepared to sing loudly, dear devotees?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Now we are ready to dive into this. Because kirtan nourishes smaran. If kirtan is weak, smaran will not happen. I hope you are able to understand. So our kirtan should be very strong in this regard. So let's have some powerful kirtan. Don't worry what anybody thinks about your voice. My voice is the worst in the assembly. I am declaring already. Still I sing, dear devotees. So this is how we can proceed. Dear devotees, Sri Rupa Goswami says, I will give one verse, and this verse he gives in the beginning of his Padyavali. Wonderful verse. And we will sing. This verse is in the meter Anushtup. Standard meter, de facto meter of the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. I'll sing. Please sing after me. Namo Nalina Netraya.
Namo Nalina Netraya.
Venu Vadya Vinodine.
Venu Vadya Vinodine.
Radhadara Sudhapana.
Radhadara Sudhapana.
Sharine Vanamaline.
Shaline Vanamaline.
So dear devotees, every verse is like a painting that you can draw on the canvas of your heart. You see, dear devotees, these walls are all very beautiful because Trivikram Prabhu and Leelavati Mataji, they have hung paintings on the wall. A wall becomes beautiful because you hang paintings on the wall. But on the walls of the heart, if we don't have any paintings hanging, then what paintings will we gaze at the moment of death? So dear devotees, we need to have some paintings on the wall of the heart, and they are created by hearing these verses. Now every verse is like a painting you have to draw by hearing. I hope you are able to understand. This is not an actual painting, this is a painting on the walls of the heart you have to draw by hearing. Now please sing after me once again. Namo Nalina Netraya.
Namo Nalina Netraya.
Dear devotees, closing your eyes on the canvas of your heart, I am translating, please hear. Namo Nalina Netraya, obeisances to Nalina Netra, whose eyes are exactly like a lotus petal. Please draw this partial image of Bhagavan on the canvas of your heart. Namo Nalina Netraya, my obeisances. See yourself as paying pranam. To whom? To Nalina Netra, to he who has lotus-like eyes. Dear devotees, the verse is very beautiful because it is using a figure of speech, alankar, called as anupras, repetition, alliteration. Please sing once again after me. Look at the verse and sing. Namo Nalina Netraya. Can you see alliteration in the first line? Namo Nalina Netraya. The alliteration of na is present in the first line. And in the second line also you will notice an alliteration. Please repeat after me. Venu Vadya Vinodine. Venu Vadya Vinodine. You will see an alliteration of va in the second line. Now let's draw the rest of the picture on the canvas of the heart. Venu Vadya Vinodine. He is Vinodi. Vinodi means he takes great pleasure in Vadya, in playing the Venu. What is the Venu, dear devotees? Flute. And what is Vamshi? And what is Murli? So everything is flute. Dear devotees, in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami gave 3 different types of instruments of Bhagwan. Venu, Vamshi, Murali. In English, they all get translated as what? Flute. But Venu is that specific bamboo flute. It's the most organic flute of Bhagwan, which Bhagwan plays. So that is Venu, dear devotees. So it is a common problem in translation. It is said much is lost in translation. When the British came to India, they saw many fruits, but they had not seen many tropical fruits before. So they named all the fruits after apple. Ananas is called as what? Pineapple. I hope you are able to understand. Then there is tal fruit. You know tal fruit? It is called as ice apple. What is it called as? Ice apple. Then we had sitaphal. What is sitaphal known as? Custard apple. And the computer also they named apple, dear devotees. So like this. So sometimes Venu Vadya Vinodine. He takes great pleasure in playing on the Venu. Venu is that sweet bamboo organic flute of Bhagavan. Dear devotees, add this detail to the painting that you are drawing on the canvas of your heart. Alright? So please close your eyes and sing once again after me. Venu Vadya Vinodine. Now dear devotees, some details have been added. Now further Sri Rupa Goswami says, and please hear the alliteration and please repeat after me. Radha Dhara Sudha Pana. Radha Dhara Sudha Pana. The alliteration of dha is seen in this. So Sudha Pana, he loves to drink the nectar of the words which come from the lower lip of Sri Radha. Dear devotees, he loves to hear the sweet words that come from the lower lip of Sri Radha. Radha Adhara Sudha Pan Shaline. He loves that, dear devotees. And dear devotees, please sing after me. Shaline Vana Maline. The repetition of line, Shaline Vana Ma Line is another alliteration here. Vanamaline, and he is having a wonderful garland of forest flowers, and this garland is hanging liberally from his neck. Long garland is hanging liberally from his neck, dear devotees. Were you able to draw a slide picture? Little bit? Yes or no? Yes. Once again we will relish the verse in the direct Sanskrit, and this time you draw the entire picture once together. Please repeat after me. Namo Nalina Netraya Venu Vadya Vinodine Radha Dhara Sudha Pana Shaline Vana Maline. So dear devotees, this is Sri Rupa Goswami's verse in the Padyavali. Now we will translate the verse. Dear devotees, first is Namo Nalina Netraya, obeisances to the lotus-eyed one. This, dear devotees, is Nam, Roop, Gun or Leela. What is being described here? Rupa, the form of Bhagavan. Venu Vadya Vinodine, obeisances to him who delights in playing the flute. This, dear devotees, is Nam, Roop, Gun or Leela. What is this, dear devotees? Guna. He likes to play the flute. This is one of his qualities. Radha Dhara Sudha Pana Shaline, and obeisances to him who is an expert in drinking the lower lip nectar of Sri Radha. This, dear devotees, is Nam, Roop, Gun or Leela. What is this? Leela. Obeisances to Vanamali. Vanamali is his Nam, dear devotees. Vanamaline. Obeisances to Vanamali, the Bhagavan who wears a long, liberally hanging garland from his neck. So all Nam, Roop, Gun and Leela all combined into a single verse by Sri Rupa Goswami. And wonderful meditation on all four together. Dear devotees, this is Sri Rupa Goswami's original verse in Padyavali, in the beginning of Padyavali. And Padyavali was written for all of you, dear devotees. For all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Padyavali was written. Acha. Should we stop here or should we do more? More. Acha, but you should sing loudly, otherwise, okay. So dear devotees, when we do everything together, we are not able to focus on the specifics. So now we will focus on the specifics, dear devotees. Smaran of what? Roop. Now we'll go specifically on remembrance of Rupa, or remembrance of form. Sri Rupa Goswami quotes a verse in the Padyavali. This is the time when Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna were growing up together. Growing up together, they attained the age of adolescence. Adolescence is, you say, what is called teenager. And at that particular point of time, the first time they gazed at each other, there was a certain emotion in the heart of both of them. Srimati Radharani, when she saw Krishna at the age of adolescence in this manner, suddenly there was deep attachment within her heart for Sri Krishna. And when she came back home, she described something to her friend. I saw this wonderful person today. I can't, you can't imagine what sort of a beauty he had. And then her friend Lalita Devi, she said, describe his beauty. What is his beauty? So she is describing the beauty of Sri Krishna, the form of Sri Krishna. A wonderful verse in the meter, Vasanta Tilakam. I will sing the verse, kindly sing after me. Indivarodara sahodara medura shrir. Indivarodara sahodara medura shrir. Indivarodara sahodara medura shrir. Indivarodara sahodara medura shrir. Vasodravat kanaka vrindanivam dadana. Vasodravat kanaka vrindanivam dadana. Amukta mukti gamanohar har vaksha. Amukta mukti gamanohar har vaksha. Koyam yuva jagadanangamayam karoti. Koyam yuva jagadanangamayam karoti. So Srimati Radharani, she said to her friend, I'll describe this person to you. Please hear carefully. Dear devotees, you have to draw a painting on the canvas of your heart. Bring out a new canvas and draw a new painting, dear devotees. Indivarodara sahodara medura shri. I'll tell you. Shrir, his beauty was medura, very soft and refined. And how was his beauty? Sahodara, exactly like Indivara Udara, exactly like a brilliant blue lotus flower, brilliantly glowing lotus flower. That is how his beauty was. Acha? And describe more. Vaso Dravat Kanaka Vrinda Nibham Dadhana. And his vas, his clothes were in contrast to the shade of his skin. His skin was deep blue, like a blue lotus, glowing blue lotus. And his clothes were in complete contrast. His clothes were like melting gold, of the color of melting gold. Acha? And what more? Mukta mauktika manohara har vaksha. From his vaksha, from his chest, there was a liberally hanging pearl necklace. Koyam yuva. Who is this young boy? I don't know who he is. Jagat, the entire universe. Anangamayam karoti. He is filling my entire universe with Ananga. Ananga, dear devotees, is Cupid, the god of love. So he is filling my entire universe with Cupid, the god of love. Everywhere I see now, I see only love. I don't see anything else. This, dear devotees, is how Srimati Radharani described Sri Krishna's first glance towards her Sakhi. Here is the translation, Prabhu. Now, dear devotees, she says, Koyam yuva. Who is this young boy? Jagat, the entire world. Anangamayam karoti, is filling the entire world with love for me. And another meaning Sri Rupa Goswami has hidden there. Koyam yuva. Who is this boy? Jagat, the entire universe. Ananga. Another meaning of ananga is without anga, material bodies. So by looking at him, you will lose your material bodies. I don't know who is this boy. He is making the entire universe get rid of their material bodies, dear devotees. So hidden meaning in the verse. Wonderful. Here is the translation, Prabhu. Please read the translation.
His effulgence is as soothing as the effulgence emanating from the word of blue lotus. He wears clothes that resemble brilliant molten gold. A necklace of pristine pearls hangs liberally from his neck. Dear Sakhi, who is this young boy? His Anga body is making the entire world completely ananga, devoid of body, full of Cupid.
To devotees, this is her. This is meditation, smaran of the Rupa of Bhagavan that Sri Rupa Goswami has given us. How many of you would like to see this particular Rupa of Bhagavan? Please raise your hands. Dear devotees, look there. Now you don't need to draw it in your hearts, look directly at the screen, dear devotees. It's very wonderful, dear devotees. And I am giving you a small warning here. You are walking on a dangerous path. Okay? Because if you go deep down this path, there is no returning back. Once you start losing yourselves in smaran of Bhagavan, then there is no coming out. Like I quoted Prabhupada, you drink little. Huh? After drinking little, what do you become, dear devotees? Drunkard. Can a drunkard become a non-drunkard? No. It is not possible for a drunkard to give up drinking. So this is what is happening here, dear devotees. So please note that this is gradually drinking little. But this is not drinking through the mouth, this is drinking through the ears. Making a painting on the walls of the heart. And thereby feeling a little intoxication for the Naam, Roop, Gun and Leela of Bhagavan. But please remember always I will bring this point. Originally these verses were written for whose pleasure, dear devotees? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Sri Radha, dear devotees. Originally the verses were spoken by Rupa Goswami to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will relish all these verses. I hope you are able to understand. These verses are meant for the pleasure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu originally. So let's, in our mind, let's offer that pleasure unto the original person for whom these verses were written. Who is that person, dear devotees? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is mainly for his pleasure, dear devotees. Any happiness you are experiencing as a side effect, that belongs to you. No problem. Alright? Anyways, should we stop here or should we move ahead? Move ahead? All wonderful, dear devotees. Smarana of guna, qualities. Now Sri Rupa Goswami describes a wonderful quality of Srimati Radharani in his Dan Keli Kaumudi, in the introductory verse of his Dan Keli Kaumudi. Now the Dan Keli Kaumudi is a work which Sri Rupa Goswami, where he describes the tax collecting pastime. You know, in Govardhan there is that Dan Ghati. Dan Ghati is that narrow lane where Sri Krishna used to hide behind the trees and he used to wait for Srimati Radharani and the other gopis to come. And when they would come unsuspecting of him, suddenly he would jump and stop their path. Chalo, give tax, dear devotee. So this is how he would exact tax. So this Dan Keli Kaumudi was written by Sri Rupa Goswami specifically for this particular, describing this particular pastime. The beginning of the Dan Keli Kaumudi, Sri Rupa Goswami composes a wonderful verse describing the gunas, qualities of Srimati Radharani. This verse is in the meter Shardul Vikriditam, same as Shad Goswami Ashtakam. I'll sing, please sing after me. Antasmiradayojvala jalakana vyakirna pakshmankura Smiratayojvala jalakana vyakirna pakshmankura Kinchit padalitanjala rasikato sitabura kunchati Chala rasikato sikta pura kunchati Rudaya badhi madhavena madhura vyabhugna tarotara Rudaya badhi madhavena madhura vyabhugna tarotara Radhaya gila kinchidasta bhagini drashti shriyam vakriya Radhaya gila kinchidasta bhagini drashti shriyam vakriya. The devotee Sri Rupa Goswami is describing in the beginning of Dan Keli Kaumudi that one particular day Bhagavan Shri Krishna was hiding in Dan Ghati, in the behind a tree in the narrow lanes of Govardhan, And dear devotees, Srimati Radharani and all the other gopis were walking on that path. When they arrived, then they very close. Suddenly Shri Krishna jumped and stopped their path. As soon as Shri Krishna jumped and stopped their path, dear devotees, Srimati Radharani did something to defeat him on the spot. And what did she do? Is described in the verse, dear devotees. Srimati Radharani displayed multiple emotions only within her eyes. Here of the emotions only within her eyes. Antah smeratayo ujvala. Ujvala, these eyes lit up by antah smera, inner smile. Dear devotees, there is something called as external smile. You smile through your face. And then there is something called as smiling through the eyes. Have you seen smiling through the eyes? I'll show you a very poor example, dear devotees. Here is smiling. This, dear devotees, is not smiling through the face, it is smiling through the eyes. Antaha smera taya ujvala. These eyes lit up brilliantly because of that inner smile. This denotes the emotion of happiness. I hope you are able to understand which emotion is being denoted by this happiness. So she is simultaneously happy to see Shri Krishna. Jalakana vyakirna pakshmankura. She is a little surprised. And she is so happy, dear devotees, she is so excited that tears of happiness come from her eyes. But she doesn't want to cry in front of Krishna. So she flutters her eyes so that the tears will not come. But Jalakana, small droplets of those tears remain on the edge of her eyelashes. I hope you are able to understand. This is the second emotion of excitement, ascharya, that she is displaying at this particular point of time. Kinchit patalitanchala. The corners of her eyes are slightly reddish. And they are reddish because they are carrying anurag, the deep emotion of love. So this third emotion of love is being displayed in this third slight reddish tinge in the corners of her eyes. And dear devotees, he says, rasikata utsikta. These eyes are rasika. Rasika means they appear wet. Some people's eyes are dry, but some people's eyes are, they appear very wet. So they are rasika eyes. Puraha kunchati. And the fifth emotion is kunchati. She is slightly contracting her eyes. This displays the emotion of shyness. So shyness is also present. How many emotions are present? First is happiness. Second is excitement. Third is little anurag, a little love. Fourth, dear devotees, is little shyness. Many emotions are present. All these emotions came simply through which sense organ, dear devotees? The eyes. When did this happen? Ruddhaya pathi madhavena. When pathi on the path, Ruddhaya, she was prevented by Madhav. And one final emotion came, Madhura Vyabhugna Tarottara. And the iris, Tara, the middle portion of lit up brilliantly because she was supremely blissful in seeing him. Radhaya Kilakinchita. This is Radha's Kilakinchita. What is Kilakinchita? Kilakinchita is mixed bouquet of emotions showed simultaneously. Dear devotees. Radhaya Kilakinchita Stabakini. This bouquet of mixed emotions of Sri Radha. Drishti Shriyam Vahakriyat. May it bestow all good fortune on all of you, dear devotees. So, dear devotees, this is Guna of Bhagavan. This is Guna of Bhagavan's associates. This is Guna of Srimati Radharani. Now, dear devotees, Bhagavan's original purpose was to stop her. And suddenly he jumped and said, stop. And she displayed all these emotions simultaneously. And then when he looked at her eyes, he became flabbergasted. And the Sakhis of Sri Radha asking, what? What? Stop for no, nothing. We'll meet tomorrow. So, dear devotees, in this way, single stroke defeat for Bhagavan is indicated here simply by a small movement of the eyes of Sri Radha. Shriyam Vakriyat, may this give all auspiciousness unto you. Dear devotee, she doesn't need to speak in order to defeat him. A mere movement of her eyes is sufficient. Alright, so this is wonderful quality of Srimati Radharani. Please, dear devotee, please read.
On being stopped by Madhava, as she was walking down the path, Radha's eyes developed a buffet of wonderful emotions. Bouquet of wonderful emotions.
Yeah, you're thinking about buffet. No, so that's okay. Huh? We all have our choicest limb of bhakti. That's okay. Okay.
These eyes glistened due to the inner smile. The eyelashes got adorned with unshed tears of joy. The corners of the eyes got reddish and drenched in joyous emotions. These eyes were slightly contracted and glancing in a sidelong manner made this glance of Sri Radha containing the kilat kinchita bouquet of various emotions ensures auspiciousness for all of you.
This, dear devotees, is Gunasmaran. This is an example of how the qualities of Krishna and his associates are remembered. Now, dear devotees, should we pause here? No? Hare, you are becoming drunkards. What? Somebody say yes, it's okay. Nobody wants to say yes? No? Okay, theek hai, chalo. You all said yes for continuing ahead. I am okay with stopping. Once again, should we stop? No, acha, chalo, you are drunkards now, thoda. Now you got the taste, now you will not forget. So we did Naam, we did Roop, after we did Ram, Roop, Guna. And after Naam, Roop, Guna, what comes, dear devotees? Leela, pastimes. So in that same Dan Keli Kaumudi, dear devotees, another day, he was determined, I will not be trapped this time. She is moving her eyes and defeating me. Last time she defeated me, today I am not going to get defeated. Dear devotees, another day, he is hiding behind the trees, and Sri Radha and the other Sakhis, they are coming, and then Sri Krishna also has his Sakhas with him. Dear devotees, Sri Krishna, please pay close attention. Sri Krishna also has his Sakhas with him. There is Madhumangal, Sudama, and another Sakha called as Arjun Sakha. So Arjun is also one of the Vraja Sakha. So there is Arjun Sakha, Madhumangal, Sudama with Sri Krishna, and along with Srimati Radharani there is Lalita, Vishakha, and her other Sakhis are there. So they are walking. Suddenly, dear devotees, what happens is, when they come nearby, suddenly Arjun Sakha and Madhumangal, they stop the path. This time Krishna will not stop. And last time he got defeated. So who stopped the path? Arjun Sakha and Madhumangal stopped the path. Dear devotees. So Subal Sakha then came ahead. And Subal Sakha said something to Sri Radha and the Sakhis. When they asked, what do you want? So Subal Sakha said, first and foremost, you should all pay respect to our chief toll collector. Acha. Who is your chief toll collector? So he came, dressed with a pagdi. He was wearing a turban. He was wearing the clothes of a king, like that. Because he wants to show I am agent of Kamsa. So you better respect me. How you respect me? Pay pranam. So it's better you all of you pay respect to our chief toll collector. Pay pranam to him. Chalo. So Vishakha Devi started laughing. We know very well how much this prince of cowherds is worthy of respect. We know very well. Don't tell us. We have taken a vow today of carrying fresh butter to the fire sacrifice. And Purnamasi Devi, who is our instructor, has forbidden us to bow in front of anyone except a Dvija. What is Dvija, dear devotees? Twice born. They are making fun of Krishna. Arre, this small boy, he does, even his thread ceremony is not done and we will pay obeisance to him. Forget about it. Purnamasi Devi has told us we should not bow in front of anybody except a Dvija, and we are going to the fire sacrifice. Bhaguri Muni is organizing fire sacrifice and we have to deliver all these things to the fire sacrifice. So Arjun Sakha comes and says, our chief toll collector also has taken a vow today. There is no harm in paying respect to a person who has taken. You have also taken a vow. He has also taken a vow. So you first pay pranam to him. He will also pay pranam to you. Later is not going to happen, dear devotee. So they are trying to trap them. You pay pranam to him. He has also taken a vow. He will also pay pranam to you. Okay? Is this arrangement okay? So then suddenly Lalita Sakhi asks, dear devotees, and what she asks, please say loudly. What did she ask, dear devotees? This is very mild. Krishna will not become intimidated by this. Say loudly. Suddenly Krishna jumps in. And Krishna replies, now please repeat after me. Nityam abala arbuda dvijavasana danam nama vratam. Bolo. Nice. Dear devotees, once again I speak, try to repeat after me this time, alright? Once again say what Lalita Sakhi said. What did Lalita Sakhi say? Nityam abala arbuda dvijavasana danam nama vratam. Bolo? Bolo, bolo? ऐसे नहीं. Hare, you have to go to spiritual world and face this person. You are not preparing yourself. You don't know what is coming ahead. You have to learn the art of giving as good as you get. I hope you are able to understand. Once again we will try, dear devotees. Please repeat after me. Nityam abalarbuddha dvijavasana danam nama vratam. I say, how will this work? The exact words Sri Rupa Goswami, the words of Sri Rupa Goswami, dear devotees. Krishna said this. Acha, I am a translator, I will make it easy for you. Krishna will not make it easy for you. But I am a translator, I will make it easy for you. Okay? So, here I have broken it down. Now you can see Nityam, Abala, Arbuda, Dvija, Vasana, Danam, Nama, Vratam. Now it is okay? Therefore Prabhupada used to give word for word. He knew people will not be able to speak long verses. Okay. Now I will speak one by one. I have given the numbers there. I will speak the Sanskrit. You don't have to speak the Sanskrit. You have to speak the translation. Translation will be shown. Alright? You only speak the English translation. Nityam, Abala, Arbuda, Dvija, Vasana, Danam, Namavratam. This is the name of the vow. So what vow has Krishna taken? The vow of donating cloth every day to 100 million helpless brahmanas. So what is the sense of this? There is no sense in this. Dear devotees, this person is so crooked. This person is so crooked. Behind this he is hiding something. As a Gaudiya Vaishnava, you should learn how to relate personally to Sri Krishna. I said something, this person is very crooked. I took the liberty of saying this person is very crooked. The reason is because our Sampradaya teaches us to relate to Sri Krishna like this. Every morning all of you also call Sri Krishna crooked. Ashlishya va padaratam pinashtu mam adarsanad marmahatam karotu va yatha tatha va vidadhatu. Are, say loudly, yatha tatha. What is lampata? Bolo? Crooked is a very soft translation of Lampata is Prabhupada translate debauchee. Dear devotees. Every morning all the devotees, they go and say this thing. Bhagwan takes this as ornament, although it is gali. I hope you are able to, traditionally it is a gali. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke it and Bhagwan takes it as ornament upon himself. This is what you call as belongingness to Bhagwan. Let hundreds of people say, oh, what is that? Familiarity breeds contempt. Gaudiya Vaishnavism is based on familiarity with Sri Krishna. Let those people say thousands of times familiarity, let them be happy in Vaikuntha. I hope you are able to understand. Gaudiya Vaishnavism is based on familiarity with Sri Krishna. And anybody who doesn't learn the art of being familiar with Sri Krishna cannot understand what is the mood of the Vrajavasis. Alright, so dear devotees, this person is so crooked, there is a meaning hidden behind what he has said. This is the first and obvious meaning. Once again, what is the actual meaning that he wanted to say? Now please once again utter the words of Lalita Devi. What did Lalita Devi say? Once, at least this time, dear devotees, please repeat. Nityam abala arbuda dvijavasana danam nama vratam. Gradually we are getting there. Alright, dear devotees. So once again, now the meaning with the original intended meaning that Sri Krishna had in his mind. Okay? Now I will speak the Sanskrit, you speak the English. Nityam, Nityam, Abala, Abala, you know in Hindi there is term Abala, helpless ladies. Arbuda, Dvija, Teeth are also known as Dvija, twice born, because teeth take birth twice, milk teeth and permanent teeth. So one of the names of teeth is also what? Dvija, twice born. Vasana, Danam, Namavratam. This is the Vrata. Lampata. The daily vow of kissing 100 million helpless ladies passing through this toll gate. This, dear devotees, is Yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato. Now you understand why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to say like this. So dear devotees, this is Krishna consciousness, direct happiness for each and every one of us. This is the path of happiness that was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami. Don't turn it into a difficult and path full of thorns. This path is a very blissful path, based on the smaran of Nam, Rup, Gun, Lila of Bhagavan. It is we who by our incorrect attitude make this path a difficult path. Bhakti is actually the easiest path if one has the proper attitude, dear devotees. In this way, smaran of Lila, dear devotees. So, now in this way, we have seen many verses of smaran of Nam, Rup, Gun and Lila. But as I said, every generation should also contribute some poetry. Some new poetry should be there in every generation. So I'd like to request with folded hands if I can show a new verse of composition. So dear devotees, here is Smaran of Leela. This verse is in the meter Shardul Vikriditam, newly composed verse. Dear devotees, same as Shad Goswami Ashtakam. I'll sing, please sing after me. Shri Radha Sarala Drivang Vabhusha Sakam Tvaya Samsthita. Shri Radha Sarala Drivang Vabhusha Sakam Tvaya Samsthita. Hastam Sadadati Tavan Rajukache Dva Saukyame Vechati. Dadati Tavan Rajukache Tva Saukyame Vechati. Drashtva Tamvradinairabhekshami Hade Janena Damodara. Drashtva Hade Janena Damodara. Kaudilyam Kalukutra Testi Paramam De Kache Vardi. Kaudilyam Kalukutra Testi Paramam De Kache Vardi. So dear devotees, Shri Radha Sarala. Shri Radha is very simple in her mind, in her heart, and also in her standing position. You see any deity of Shri Radha, she will not stand crooked. Shri Radha stands Sarala in a very straightforward manner. Shri Radha Sarala, and look at you, Tribhanga Vapusha, and you are bent in three places. Dear devotees, look at the painting. Shri Radha Sarala, she stands straight, but this person stands very crooked in his body. Sakam Tvaya Samsthita. So she sees that his body is crooked. Even in his bodily gesture, he is crooked. Hastam Sadadati. Suddenly she puts her hand on his shoulders and her hand runs through his hair, and she realizes not only is his body crooked, his hair is also crooked. Anrujukacha, the hair is also curly. But Tvat Saukhyame Vechati. Even though you are so crooked, she only desires your happiness. Drishtva Tam Prati Nairapeksham. Although she is so favorable, you are completely ignoring her. Seeing this, Janena Damodar, I don't know Damodar, I want to say something to you. Kautilyam Khalukutra Testi Paramam, I don't know where is the greatest amount of crookedness in you. Dehe is the greatest crookedness in your body. Kache is the greatest crookedness within your hair. Vahridi, or is the greatest crookedness within your heart. I don't know where the greatest amount of crookedness lies. This, dear devotees, is a verse of remembrance of Shri Krishna. Please read the translation, Prabhu.
Shri Radha is standing in a straightforward manner with you, whose body is curved in three places. As she runs her hand through your curly hair, she only desires your happiness. O Damodara, seeing your neglectful behavior towards her, I am unable to decide where exactly the highest degree of crookedness lies within you. Does it lie within your body, your hair, or your heart?
The devotees, this question is unanswered. But yeah, there is an answer. There is another verse, dear devotees, which answers this question. Here is another verse. Hridaye yasya kautilyam Hare tishtati sarvada Deha keshadi sarvam vai Tasyatra kutilayate. Hari, I understood. Hridaye yasya kautilyam. When crookedness is there in the heart of a person, then what to speak of body, hair, everything else also starts becoming crooked. When the source of the crookedness is in the heart, oh Hari, what to do? Dear devotees, this is a new verse of composition, new composed verse, remembering Shri Bhagwan and Srimati Radharani together. Alright, dear devotees, this is our eternal prayer. I will conclude with a verse by Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Wonderful verse in the meter Vasanta Tilakam. Please sing after me. Dehar budani bhagavan yugapat prayacha Bhaktrar budani jabuna pratidehameva Jivar budani kripaya prativakrameva Nrityantu deshu davanat gunar budani Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says in his composition, Deha arbudani bhagavan yugapat prayacha. I am not asking for moksha Bhagavan. You gave me arbuda, 100 million bodies, and not one after another. You can give me yugapat. Together you give me 100 million bodies. I don't mind. But you do one thing after giving me 100 million bodies. Vaktrar budani cha punaha pratidehameva. In every one of those 100 million bodies, give me 100 million heads. Alright? Bhagwan, I hope you will agree. And please don't stop there. Jihvar budani kripaya prativaktrameva. And in every head, give me 100 million tongues. And Bhagwan, don't stop there. Nrityantu teshu tavanatha gunar budani. On every one of those tongues, may 100 million qualities of you have a wonderful dance. This is my desire from you, O Bhagavan. Please read, Prabhu.
O Bhagwan, kindly grant me 100 million bodies at once. In each of these bodies, grant me 100 million mouths. In each of those mouths, grant me 100 million tongues. And in each of those tongues, let me 100 million qualities of yours perform a wonderful dance.
Oh, this is the natural taste. This cannot be acquired by force, dear devotees. This occurs only when a person follows the path of natural taste within their heart. This realization is not because somebody pushed him into Smaran. This realization is because he voluntarily walked on the path of Smaran. This is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Anurag Valli. And dear devotees, he is having such a wonderful realization that may all these pastimes of yours always reside within my mind and on my tongue. Let there be kirtan and smaran simultaneously. I do not wish for any liberation. If liberation comes as a side effect, and if it is helping my bhakti, I will accept it. Otherwise, I don't even need that liberation. Wonderful realization, dear devotees. I will finally conclude my speech here. Thank you very much. Yadatra skhalitam kinchit vidvam saha purayantu tat. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit tad guroreva me nahi. Yadatra skhalitam kinchit. It is possible I might have made a mistake. But vidvam saha, you are learned devotees, purayantu tat. Please correct any mistakes. But yadatra saushthavam kinchit. If there is anything nice, please remember tad guroreva. It belongs to my Gurujanas. My Diksha Guru, Sri Srimad Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj, my Shiksha Guru, all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. all the God brothers of Srila Prabhupada, all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas in all families of Mahaprabhu in the past, in the future and in the present, including all of you are also my Shiksha Guru. It belongs to you. May nahi, it doesn't belong to me. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. All right, so do we have time for comments and questions or should we pause here? The time is 8:30. Okay, so we can have a few minutes. Yeah. So Prabhu, yourself first and then you. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this enlightenment and purification of the heart. So my quick question is, when you are talking about the evolution process of a dhyanam, the stage of dhyanam.
Stage of smaran.
Sorry, yes, smaran. So at that time, when you came to a third stage, where you mentioned that at that stage, we can decide, based on, what appears in the heart more, enlivening to us, and focus more into that. But then we hear from Brahma Samhita where it says, Yam Shyama Sundara Machinta Gunasya Rupam, meaning our acharyas are giving the focus point for us, saying this is what you need to, remember, I'm just trying to clarify, on that. Are they trying to tell us what should be the object, or is it that you can create an object for yourself at that stage?
Create an object?
Meaning, you said based on your choice, you can choose what form of the Lord, but here Brahma Samhita says is a Yam Shyama Sundara.
Brahma Samhita is realization of Bhagavan Brahma. It is his personal taste. I hope you are able to understand. You are in the Sampradaya of Bhagavan Brahma. In that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has his taste. In that, Sri Rupa Goswami says you can look at Krishna according to 4 different tastes: Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. Anybody who is in Dasya Ras will look at Sri Krishna and look at him as his master. Anybody who is in Sakhya will look at Bhagavan and will look at him as a friend. Even the viewpoint of looking is not the same with every devotee. They have different. How is it decided? Individual samskars, bhakti samskars from previous lives finally give you the final taste that you are going to have with Sri Krishna. What is given in the Shastra? That verse, Yam Shyama Sundaram, that verse was not given as a Vidhi Vakya. That verse was given as a description. Vidhi Vakya is compulsory injunction. That verse is not saying, it is not giving a compulsory injunction for everybody. It is describing the meditation of Sri Brahma. But Sri Brahma is not saying everybody fall in line. Sri Brahma is saying, this is my meditation. And to speak nothing without giving a praman. So I will give another praman for this. Because Sri Brahma gave the Bhagavatam to us. And see what Sri Brahma told us in the Srimad Bhagavatam. 3:9-11, Brahma's prayers. This is 3rd canto. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavidarit saroja. Ase shrute kshita patho nanunatha pumsam. Yad yadhyada urugaya vibhavayanti. Tattad vapu pranayase sadanugrahaya. 3.9.11, please take the mic and read the translation yourself, Prabhuji. Read slowly but loudly the translation, and I am just this part of the translation, please read loudly.
Oh my Lord.
This part of the translation, I am saying.
You are so merciful to your devotees that you manifest yourself in the particular eternal form of transcendence in which they always think of you.
In which they think of you, not in which I think of you. Here is Brahmaji. He could have said, you manifest the form in which I think of you. No. You manifest the form in which they think of you. Bhagavan is very customized and tailor-made for each and every devotee. So Bhagavan leaves it unto the devotee. That is what is Swaras. It is your Bhagavan. I hope you are able to understand. It's not community Bhagavan now. It is your Bhagavan. And that every Bhagavan is everybody's heart has a special image of Bhagwan, and that is the image in which Bhagwan reciprocates with the devotee. That's the answer to your question. He has proved with the Praman 3.9.11 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Alright, so this is, I hope that satisfies your query. Alright, now let's go to the other devotee. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, thank you very much. All your classes, you have very systematically presented how one can achieve success in this path, and you have simplified it also to a great extent where everybody can understand. You just said that, we complicate it, right? We make the path of thorns, we choose the path of filled with thorns rather than taking the simple path. So in your experience, like, what are the causes for this? Like, what you have seen in the devotee community, I'm not talking about all over the world, but just like our sampradaya, our devotees, what are the root causes of this problem? Why it ends up happening? If this process is so simple, why not everybody follows it?
So if the process is so simple, what complicates it? The process is called Bhakti Yoga. And when individuals enter into the path with preconceptions from other yogas, that is what complicates the path. Path is very simple: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. People introduce other limbs: Vairagyam, Jnanam, Karma, Jyotish. Many things they introduce and they complicate the path. I will give you a simple example. One person A comes and says, what is the use of performing bhakti if you don't do your karma nicely? This person is complicating the path of bhakti by which philosophy? Karma. Another person comes and says, what is the use of your bhakti if you don't have vairagya, renunciation? This person is again complicating the path of bhakti by what? Vairagya. Another person comes and says, what is the use of bhakti if you don't have Vedanta Gyan, Brahma Gyan? He is complicating the path by Gyan. People come with their preconceptions on the path. People tell you that you have, unless you have, one of the main things Rupa Goswami says, one of the main things that disqualifies a person. People come with the misconception that unless you have developed full vairagya, there is not, you can't even progress on the path. In fact, the Srimad Bhagavatam speaks in complete opposition to this. And I will show you the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam which speaks in complete opposition to this. (11, 20, 31). Bhagavan Krishna's direct words to Uddhav. Tasman mad bhakti yuktasya yogino vaimadatmanah na jnanam na cha vairagyam prayah shreyo bhavediha. Please read the translation, Prabhu.
Therefore, for a devotee engaged in my loving service, with mind fixed on me, the cultivation of knowledge and renunciation is generally not the means of achieving the highest perfection within this world.
So please tell me, is Bhagavan promoting renunciation or speaking against renunciation here? But now, unless you are fully detached, then you cannot. I hope you are able to understand the misconception. Another misconception: unless you are fully free of material desires, you cannot perform smaran. Where in fact the Srimad Bhagavatam speaks the complete opposite of this, where to speak nothing without giving a praman. So here is another praman. (10, 33, 39). Devotees, please note the references, very important references. Vikriditam vrajavadu viridam cha Vishnu Shraddhanvitonu shranayadata varnayedyah Shranuyadata varnayedyah Bhaktim param bhagavati pradilabhya kamam Hridrogamaśva pahinotya chirena dhira pahinotya chirena. Please read the translation. Translation is by Srila Prabhupada himself. You did it in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It was copied here. Translation.
Anyone who faithfully hears or describes the Lord's playful affairs with the young gopis of Vrindavan will attain Lord's pure devotional service. Thus he will quickly become sober and conquer lust, the disease of the heart.
So what is going to happen first? Conquering of lust or hearing of pastimes? But often it is presented in a reverse manner. You first conquer lust and then listen to the pastimes. When in fact the Bhagavatam says you first listen to the pastime, and very importantly, faithfully. Faithfully means not with a mood to enjoy, but with a mood to understand Bhagavan, with a mood to give pleasure to Bhagavan, with a mood to understand the entire spiritual world. Here faithfully from a person who has understood the Siddhanta. And then very quickly you will conquer lust and become free from it. I will explain. Okay. I hope you are able. These are the misconceptions. Sri Rupa Goswami said, the person who is most unfit for relishing Bhakti Ras, especially Madhurya Ras, is a person who has scraped with his heart with Vairagya. That person becomes unfit for relishing Madhurya Ras. Because this Ras is not meant for the person who is over-renounced. This Ras is meant for the person who is na nirvinno, na atisakto. This is, just a minute, this is meant for somebody who is na nirvinno, na atisakto. Prabhu, please read the highlighted section.
My glories, such a person being neither very disgusted with nor very much attached to material life.
Okay, neither very much detached nor very much attached. That is the person who will perfect Bhakti Yoga. Now, a person who becomes too detached, in the commentary to this, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, if person becomes too detached, he will become eligible for Jnana Yoga. The only thing he will do is spit on the material world. He will have no Bhakti Ras. A person who is too attached, this person is eligible for Karma Yoga, because this person is very extremely materially attached. The person who is neither too attached nor too detached, a person whose detachment has come as a natural result of practicing Bhakti Yoga, a person whose detachment is not separately cultivated. So that Vairagya which has arisen out of Bhakti, that Vairagya which is not a prerequisite for Bhakti, that is the person who will achieve perfection on this path. Not the person who puts Vairagya as a prerequisite for Bhakti. That person has missed the entire point because of not listening to the message of the previous Acharyas and because of introducing their own preconceptions on the path of Bhakti Yoga. That is how we make a simple path very difficult. I hope that answers your query. Right? So, anybody else? Mahaprabhu Bhakta Vairagya Pradhan. I read your mind. I know. I have practiced all these questions in my mind before I sat here. Okay, wonderful. Of course, Vairagya is supposed to be a side effect of Prema, not a prerequisite. Let's not put the cart before the horse. I will give you an example. Bilva Mangal Thakur, was he a Vairagi or was he deeply attached? What was Sri Bilva Mangal Thakur previously? Deeply attached. From being deeply attached, he went straight to becoming a pure devotee of Sri Krishna. How many years of Vairagya did he separately practice? Please tell me. No, 0 years. When he was chastised by Chintamani, he left. And he went to Vrindavan, and Bhagavan's causeless mercy, Bhagavan caught his hand in Vrindavan. The devotees, how many years of Vairagya did Bilva Mangal Thakur practice? If Bhagavan becomes merciful, you will need 0. But if any Vairagya comes as a side effect of Bhakti, and where is it mentioned? Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitah Janayatyashu Vairagyam Jnanam cha yada haitukam. Note the term ahaitukam. I will highlight this word later. Prabhuji, Ishwar Gaurang Prabhu, kindly read the translation.
By rendering devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world.
So what is the cause and what is the effect? Bhakti is the cause, detachment is the effect. And this is causeless detachment. And when we try to do it by ourselves, independently, that is not causeless, that has a cause. Why do we want to do it? Because we first want to become a Vairagi, so that we can show in front of the world that I was qualified. And what was my qualification? Vairagya. And by showing this qualification in front of the world, I want to become eligible for Krishna Bhakti, which is not the qualification for Krishna Bhakti is Bhakti herself. She doesn't have an independent external qualification. And Bhakti generates causeless knowledge and causeless Vairagya. And that Vairagya is the Vairagya of the devotees of Mahaprabhu. Vairagya Bhaktya. Vairagya Yukta Bhaktya. Bhakti which has produced Vairagya. Nija Bhakti Yoga. This is what is the path of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I hope that answers your query. Bhakti should produce Vairagya. Vairagya is not the prerequisite for Bhakti. This is the very clear message of the Parampara and the Srimad Bhagavatam. Alright? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Ajamil's utterance of Narayan at the time of death, can that be considered as Smarana? Because he was not thinking of Narayan at the time of death. He was referring it to his son.
Yeah.
And Smaranam is somehow or other your mind is thinking of Krishna.
Right.
So can you please explain that?
So Ajamil was uttering the name of Narayan, but the person indicated by the name was not Narayan. The person indicated by the name was his son. So this is called as Vachak and Vachya. Technical terms. Vachak is the name. Vachya is the personality indicated by the name. When the Vachak is also Vishnu and the indicated person is also Vishnu, you have Nam. And when the Vachak is all name of Vishnu, but the indicated person is somebody else, you have Nam Abhas. I hope you are able to understand. This is what is called Nam Abhas. Classical definition of Nam Abhas. That when the name is there, but the person indicated by the name is somebody completely different. So does it call Nam or Nam Abhas? Nam Abhas. In India, every second servant will call Ramu. Oh yeah, it has the name. Ramu. So Ramu has whose name in it? Ram. But that person indicated by the name is not Dasharath Putra Ram. The person indicated by the name is that servant. So when we call our servant, hey Ramu. So is Ramu Nam or Namabhas? What is the Namabhas? In that particular instance, Bhagwan's Nam is so merciful that it gave the full fruit of Nam, although it was Namabhas. So an exceptional situation which doesn't take place normally happened, and therefore it was mentioned in the Bhagavatam as an exceptional situation. This is what happened. This is the case. Alright?
So Namaparad, like inattentive chanting, for example, how does that differ? How does that differ from in this particular instance where he was only referring to
inattentive? How does inattentive chanting differ? Inattentive chanting differs from this because in inattentive chanting you are sitting with the aim that I have to meditate on Krishna. Here Ajamil did not sit with that intention that I have to think of Krishna at the moment of death. His intention was I want to meditate on my son. But when you are performing your japa with the intention that I am supposed to meditate on Krishna with this, and instead of meditating on Krishna, you start neglecting that meditation. Your meditation doesn't go on another person. Your meditation just goes into the void. And that is when that Nam Aparad, Pramad, it is said, inattention, Pramad starts happening. So that's the difference between these two. When you chant Hare Krishna, you are supposed to also remember Shri Krishna. Smaran should also be there along with japa. Many times devotees say that while chanting you should not remember anything, you should only hear the syllables. Let's hear directly from Srila Prabhupada. So in one of the letters, Srila Prabhupada said to his disciple, and this disciple is named Ballabhi. And in this, do you remember? Yeah, yes. In a letter to Ballavi. Yes, wonderful. Please read, Prabhu.
While chanting Hare Krishna, you should always feel the presence of Krishna in person, and as soon as you remember Krishna in person, you can remember also about his talk with Arjuna. If you cannot remember Krishna in person, you should try to hear attentively the word Krishna, Hare, as you go on chanting.
Wonderful. So if you cannot do Smaran, then you hear the syllables. But if you can do Smaran, the first preference is to do Smaran. Very clearly in the words of Srila Prabhupada, that while performing Japa, Smaran should come as a natural consequence of performing Japa. Here it is, right here, as it is in the words of Srila Prabhupada, that Smaran, Japa is supposed to facilitate Smaran. But if you can't easily do that, then at least hear the syllables of the Mahamantra. So this is what it is. Alright? I hope that clarifies. Wonderful. So should we pause or one more question? Oh, wonderful. So let's give to the Vaishnavis also.
Thank you so much for the relishable way of doing Bhakti,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. And pardon my confusion, but are you recommending everybody stop Ekadashi fasting and read Padyavali?
No, these are not mutually exclusive. I fast on Ekadashi and I also read Padyavali. Padyavali is food for the ears. And Ekadashi is forbidding food for the mouth. So that's what it is. So you please on Ekadashi chant 25 rounds. And after you have finished your rounds, if you have taste for Padyavali and if your Gurujanas have allowed you, you can very much relish. No problem. It's dependent on our adhikar and how much our Gurujanas have allowed. We can relish. So that is what it is. Alright. Thank you so much.
But it's not just for relishing, it's for reaching Krishna, right?
Of course.
This path is you're recommending.
You reach while relishing also.
Okay.
It's a path of sukha, happiness. Don't make it a path of dukha. Once again, your question is assuming that while reaching Krishna you have to suffer. That is not the path. So, the path is full of happiness. Let's not make it a path of distress. Happy, keval ananda kanda. That it is simply full of joy, the path. So, let's have that wonderful attitude. So,
thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. All right. Last question by Prabhuji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for a wonderful class. So much clarification. I have a question, a little bit side, simple question. Like Chitraketu, you mentioned like he went to heaven, but he was remembering Krishna while he was asking for the association of devotee. Then I was surprised that instead of going there, he went to heavenly planets. Like
after seeing Krishna face to face, he did not go back to Godhead. Where did he go? Swarga. Why? Because despite all his prayers and everything that he said, when he saw Bhagavan face to Bhagavan, knew in his heart, this person still wants to enjoy thoda little. He has desire. So Bhagavan said, "Theek hai, what is the problem? There is no problem if you have that desire." Bhagavan is very honest. One thing we have to understand, Bhagavan is very honest. He understands what is in the heart of particular person. He told Chitraketu, "I accept you. Don't worry. I will not reject you. Once I have accepted you, I will not let you go. But thoda go to the higher planets and there is something you have to see there." So he went. In higher planet is Swargaloka. Now I am revealing some details about Swargaloka. Don't imitate this here. Okay? Swargaloka is governed by the laws of Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the spiritual master of the Devatas. Brihaspati, in Swargaloka, he has made a philosophy that there is no karmic reaction for doing anything. I hope you are able to understand. Karma is only applicable in which species of life? Humans. Karma anubandhini manushya loke, says the Gita. Karma is only in human. New karma is applicable only in human species of life. Here you enjoy. I hope you are able to understand. This philosophy is present in which loka? Swargaloka. When this philosophy from Brihaspati came down on earthly planets, it was received by a sage called Charvak. Brihaspati Shah. And Charvak became the first materialist in recent history. Rinam kritva ghritam pibet, yavat jivet sukham jivet. Take a loan, but drink ghee. As long as you live, live happily. This is Charvak's philosophy. But Charvak's original inspiration was Brihaspati Shastra. But that Brihaspati Shastra is not meant for this planet. That Brihaspati Shastra is meant for which planet? Swarga. But there he was enjoying with the Gandharva ladies. And Gandharva was singing very beautifully. very beautifully. So he was putting both hands around two ladies and he was singing. But what was he singing? He was singing Bhagwan's Naam. He is singing like that. Bhagwan also, he would have continued for long time. And then he would have gone back to Godhead. He was not going to come down. But Bhagwan wanted to speeden up the process. Let's do something. So Bhagwan arranged for him to receive a curse from Mother Parvati. Bhagwan broke his laws in the case of Chitraketu. Bhagwan arranged for him to get a curse by Parvati. And he took birth one last few years as Vritrasur and finished by Indra and immediately went back to Godhead and attained perfection in that very life. So that is how, he saw Swarga. He is not the only devotee who saw Swarga. Gopakumar in Brihad Bhagavatamrit, he visits every planet while going out of the material. He stays for some time in every planet. But his heart is not attached. But Chitraketu, his heart was attached in Swarga. He liked the company of the Gandharva ladies and he liked to sing. So many of us also have those desires, but externally we say, no, we don't have those. Bhagavan will come to know what desire everybody has. Bhagavan will give accordingly. Alright? So, but devotees generally they keep going higher. They don't get degraded in the world. So it's all auspicious for the devotee. Please don't worry about it. Okay? I hope that answers your query. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I don't have words how to express my emotions, that how last 2 days was so helpful for me and I'm sure for our congregation. Thank you so much for clarifying these misconceptions. I literally feel that we don't have this caliber of devotees in one generation. We have very few. They are so precious. The contribution they are making and will make in the devotee community is tremendous. So I request all of you to loudly chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and while chanting, just meditate on Lord Nrsimhadev and pray that Lord Nrsimhadev protect Prabhuji from all the directions, because the contribution he is making, as I said, and will make, cannot be expressed in words. So let us all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and please pray to Lord Nrsimhadev so that he protect Prabhuji from all direction and from everything. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai.
One thing. Let Nrsimhadev protect me from everybody, especially from the Arasik. Alright? That is my biggest desire. My biggest threat comes from the Arasik. So let Nrsimhadev protect me from the Arasik.
Recently there was a wonderful seminar in Govardhan. So Prabhuji took that seminar, Bhoga and Tyaga.
Beyond Bhoga.
Sorry, beyond Bhoga.
Bhog and Tyaga I am doing at home. Seminar I spoke beyond Bhog and
Yeah, it was about the misconceptions of Bhoga and Tyaga. So it was also, there were 4 sessions in that. You can go on YouTube and you can listen and you can further clarify what exactly is the renunciation, Bhoga and Tyaga. And again, in the later section, the last part, which is wonderful meditation on beautiful verses and the Leelas, you will just relish like anything. So I request you to please listen to that if you feel inspired for. Another thing is Prabhuji's YouTube channel is Hari Parshad. If you just search Hari Parshad Das, you will immediately find that. And you will see so many playlists there. So right now ISKCON is going on and Prabhuji is on the 4th verse and there are 44 lectures on it. Almost every lecture 1.5 to 2 hours. You can imagine we're still on 4th verse. So the kind of depth on each and every word of ISKCON is there. So please go and listen that. Similarly, Prabhuji started in 2021, I guess, and finished in 2023, somewhere around that, Nectar of Instruction. So we have 11 verses in Nectar of Instruction, and we have 70 lectures on that. So you can imagine each and every word, Prabhuji went into deep, detail. And if you just go to end to end, I haven't also completed this. I'm in the queue. I'm listening that, but I've heard that if you complete that, by the very end of that series, you will have very good understanding of Gaudiya Siddhanta. sometimes Prabhupada books have things scattered here and there, but you see that how Prabhupada well organized everything and present in a way so that we can understand that. So you please take a look at that YouTube channel, and if you feel inspired for, please go through that. So that will have, we'll develop very good Siddhantic understanding of our Sampradaya. Thank you so much. And once again, we have very few copies left of Bhakti Rasayanam book. If you feel, just take a look. And these verses of Hari Suri Prabhu have this dhyanam, that how we can meditate on the Krishna Leela, Krishna beautiful form. So you can take a look. I think we have 2 or 3 books left only. So, okay, we have few books. Okay, thank you. And once again, thank you Trivikrama Prabhu and family for hosting another wonderful program. Thank you so much. Okay, Mataji, please come.
A big thank you to Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. It is off. Hare Krishna. A big thank you to Hari Prasad Prabhu for a wonderful class. Please come again and again and again. And a big thank you also to our host today, Trivikrama Prabhu and Lilabati Mataji. And thank you to Mohan Chaitanya Prabhu for the audio and visual seva. And also a big thank you to Ishwara Gauranga Prabhu and Shri Priya Mataji for hosting Prabhu at their home. And a big thank you to everybody who has participated in all these 3 classes and also brought prasadam at the different places. So a big thank you to you, because that's what encourage everybody to also attend. And a big welcome also to our guests. Also, we have a few guests out of town, and we have Param Karuna Prabhu also, and
Damodar Leela Mataji.
Yes, and
Damodar Leela Mataji.
welcome to Phoenix, and thank you so much for attending the classes. And I hear that you're going to be traveling with Prabhu to the other classes as well, so that you can attend them in person. So thank you so much. And again, a big thank you to all of you for attending, because without you, as Prabhu said, we cannot have a class. So big round of applause to you all as well. And just the last thing is that we have Narasimha Chaturdashi coming up on Thursday. The programs at the temple starts at 5:30. This year, instead of the yagya that we have every year, we're going to have Abhishekam. So please come, it's the first time, and we hope to do something a little bit different. So please try and join us. And we also have His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj here in town, and he's going to be talking about Narasimha Dev's appearance day and also some pastimes. And we have several programs arranged for Maharaj through the week. He's here till March 4th, I believe. So please stay tuned. May 4th. What did I say? March? May. Excuse me. So May 4th, Maharaj is going to be here. Originally he was going to be here a bit longer, but it's been cut short to the 4th. So there will be, I think the flyers are already out on your WhatsApp group, and there will be more information at the temple. See you all tomorrow for the Sunday Feast program. We have a special presentation from the CPT, our child protection team. Please join us. It's one of our mandatory programs that we have to have through the year. So please join us tomorrow. I know we've had a very busy weekend, but that also is very important. It's going to be presented by a couple of our youth, and Shyama Mani Mataji, who's in India, so she'll be online, and we'll have 2 youth at the temple live. So please come and support them. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
And last but not least, let all of us thankful and, as I said, grateful to our temple authorities, to Mataji, for so favorable and so, she arranged so many of such programs, and back to back we have such programs, and all because Mataji is so favorable and she's so concerned of all of our, so that all of us can move forward in the Bhakti. So thank you so much, Mataji.
Let's sing together.
Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, real loud, please. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, real loud. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,